we're stuck in this. Let's jump into this next thing. With Reds. Okay? So this is something about the Veilguard director. So the director of Dragon Age Veilguard quits. The one that was so proud of Dragon Age Veilguard has apparently quit. So she's butthurt because her game flopped. So this should be funny. Let's check this out.
Hey, what's up guys, Grubb here. So today we're going to be talking about multiple stories all revolving around Dragon Age the Veilguard and BioWare. So as reported here by Smash JT, the director of Dragon Age the Veilguard, Corrine Bush, is out at BioWare. She is officially leaving and going somewhere else. The result a lot of people predicted based on the failure of Veilguard. But on top of that, the second thing we're going to look at today is a very weird situation where journalists have shamelessly...
Yeah, they talked about the Edmonton studio shut down. And leave us not forget, I'll keep reminding people this. 1 week after Veilguard launched, literally 1 week after Veilguard launched, they announced there are no updates to Veilguard. They're not doing anything. Thank you, Leo. Leave us not forget. They said 1 week after launch, no updates. There will be 0 updates to the game. No new content, nothing. And all of their people outside of a maintenance team were moving on to doing Mass Effect. Leave us not forget that. They abandoned the game 1 fucking week after launch. I will constantly remind people that to tell you that these people do not give a shit, that they should not be in this industry because they do not care. All they wanted to do was push out their bullshit and move on to the next thing. And they didn't actually care about making a good game.
And falsely claimed that they were the ones who broke out this story when in reality, it was Smash JT and they just stole his scoop.
Wait, hang on. Let me hear that again.
Shamelessly.
I did it, strays. I bought a house. Holy crap. It still boggles my mind.
Congratulations, Gray Matter. I know it's scary, but it's a big step. It's a big step, and congratulations.
The second thing we're going to look at today is a very weird situation where journalists have shamelessly and falsely claimed that they were the ones who broke out this story when in reality, it was Smash JT and they just stole his scoop and are now reporting it as if it was their own leak in the first place. But before we get into the details of those stories, I want to quickly share with you guys a big clearance sale going on at Advanced GG. The Straub and Rev holiday clearance sale. You can save up to 50% on your order and get a free sticker with every order. This offer is only going to be valid until...
Hi, hello. How's it going, Raiders? Hi, Raiders. Hello.
Cheer 100. I mean, the whole Dragon Age fiasco has me not even wanting to buy ME4. And ME is my favorite series to play.
I mean, yeah, Bigglesworth, I'm sure a lot of people share that sentiment. And Tech Solo, thank you for the follow. Yeah, a lot of people probably share that sentiment with you. Hi, Raiders. How was your stream? Did you have a fun time? Did you have a good time on stream, 11? Did you do anything fun? Mods, can we get a shout out for 11, please? Since my auto shout out is not working. It was fun? Oh, that's good. Thank you, nickname. Thank you. Yeah, it seems to never work, does it, 11? Yeah, I mean, Zeb, I think a lot of people had an issue with ME3. And yet, I think nobody has any confidence in the upcoming Mass Effect. zero people have any confidence in Mass Effect because of the way they're treating it. Because of the fact that Dragon Age was one of their tentpole franchises. That is one of BioWare's most popular franchises, next to fucking Mass Effect. And they abandoned it after a week. So absolutely no one has confidence in it.
Ember, I need to go. My meds are kicking my rear and I better lay down before I pass out. I'll catch you later. Stay safe, hun. Cheer 100.
Okay, Andrea, have a good night's rest. So it's... like, BioWare? I don't know. I don't know how long BioWare has left in it.
Got to leave. Have date in the dream realm with an Anthro Otter girl. We are going snow sliding. Cheer 100.
It's been incredible. Have fun.
Till tomorrow at midnight. So you definitely want to hop on that. As always, use code REV at checkout to get these discounts applied. You can see there's a whole bunch of things on my page here. You got the stickers, you got the holiday pants there, you got the ice shakers that are great at keeping your drinks cold all day. We also have several different flavor jars you can check out. As always, highly recommend the flavor jars, especially the energy ones if you want a good replacement for things like coffee and pre-workout. Not only is it something that's going to avoid giving the shakes or anything like that, it's also very, well, tasty. I haven't found a flavor I haven't enjoyed yet, and I know a lot of you guys enjoy it too. So as always, use the link in the pinned comment and use code REV at checkout, and don't miss out on this limited time offer. So let's get into the story here. So, as a whistleblower reports to Smash JT, so they sent in an email saying Corrine is indeed gone. The current rumor is that they will announce the closure of BioWare Edmonton sometime around February, just before Electronic Arts Town Hall, basically when EA talks about what's been going on for the last fiscal quarter and what's next. So we're going to look a little more in depth at this possible closure of the Edmonton office here, but let's begin with Corrine Bush, okay? She is the game director, or former game director of Dragon Age, and she's obviously, just like everyone else who's woke, private on social media, but her entire stay with this company has been a very strange one. A lot of people thinking there's a self-insert issue here where she's trying to implement her own...
Yeah, I mean, here we go. Back when they were doing this shit, it promises more inclusive character creation. That right there, giant fucking red flag. Giant red flag. The minute you start seeing shit like this in a video game, you automatically know, okay, the game's fucked. Because, I'm sorry, people don't give a shit about inclusive character creators. People want robust character creators. If they say that the Veilguard director promises more robust character creation, people would have been fine with that. That would have been a headline where people would be like, okay, cool, a more robust character creator. Cool! They would have been on board with that. These people need to figure out that words have basically a trigger effect. You put something like inclusive or diversity in something, especially with video games these days, it's an automatic, okay, I shouldn't touch that. And they haven't figured this out. Like, that right there is going to draw, just putting that into a news article about your game is going to drive away your customer base. You know? And they haven't figured this out yet. And that's why these studios are shutting down. We're seeing the results. BioWare Edmonton shutting down because this game bombed so hard. Ubisoft, it's gonna get sold off. You know, it's this kind. I don't know what it's gonna take for them to figure this out. Yeah, I mean, yes, Tornado, well, but that would be used in context of video games. See, diversity, like so many words in the modern age, has been bastardized. And whereas many words have lost all meaning, some words have basically become giant warning symbols. Inclusive and diversity have become warning symbols, particularly in the entertainment industry. Anything. Running on highly detailed, expansive character customization with millions of possible combinations, letting you create the hero exactly what exactly said. If they had put that in instead of this shit, people would have been like, cool, I'm on board. The problem is, you're shoving this shit down people's throats. And that's not what they want. They're people, generally speaking.
Why does Dragon Age even need inclusive character creation? The setting isn't modern politics, it's dark fantasy.
I know, Leo, we've said that 100 times already when we've talked about Veilguard. That's the ever-loving point, is that this is Dragon Age. And yet they are injecting modern ideology into a fucking fantasy game. That's exactly what I've been saying for so long. And Yark Dog, thank you for the tier 3. And thank you so much. 7 months of it. Oh my god. Yeah, Laura, exactly. You can have diversity. This is the ever-loving point. If you want to have diversity and inclusiveness in your game, there's nothing wrong with that on its face. But when you basically use that as a cudgel on your customer base or try to cram it down people's throats and say, love this, this is what our game is about, you must love this, that's when people have a problem with it. If they said absolutely nothing about diversity and inclusivity regarding Veilguard, and they just had those mechanics in there and players just discovered it on their own, yeah, there'd be a little bit of a bitching about it, sure. But people would move up, and they wouldn't care. That's why I've said so often is, in the entertainment industry, heads of the studios need to start locking down their fucking talent. They need to start locking them the fuck down and tell them to stop doing interviews where all they do is preach about, oh, inclusivity, diversity, we're breaking the glass ceiling, bloody fucking blah blah. Lock that shit down and instead have your people say, we're making a great insert product here. We're hoping everybody enjoys it as much as we have enjoyed making it. We had a lot of fun making it. Stick to that. Stop with the fucking identity politics and gaslighting bullshit. And definitely stop with blaming these mythical istophobia people for tanking your shit when you made a dog shit product. There are products in the entertainment industry that have done well, that have had these very facets that you are putting at a much higher pedestal than they should be at. But these other games have been successful and still have those elements in it. Why? Because they didn't focus on them. They focused on fun, which should not be hard to do.
Gender ideology into the game, and it shows, right? Right from the beginning, we saw headlines like this before the release. Dragon Age the Veilguard director promises more inclusive character creation, and oh boy, did we get that. Not just with the character creation process, but throughout the story. So much gender ideology all throughout it. It was very woke. Everyone knows that. But what's interesting is not only did people reject this with Veilguard, we're seeing it reflected in recent polls like this. So recently, the CEO of CI Games came out and rejected DEI. And some people in response said, hey, by the way, in your games, you have type A and type B body types. Do you want to change that? And they made a very cool decision to say, you know what? It's up to you, the gamers, to decide. We're going to make this poll public. And whatever the result is, we're going to go with it. And man, are gamers showing they don't care about this inclusivity and character creation and these woke terms attached to it. Look at this. This poll, 50,000 votes. And 88+% of people chose male or female body types. They rejected all this woke bullshit. And now it's more clear than ever that this is the direction people want to go. And also there's another poll that's was only created very recently asking people, should lead video game characters be widely considered attractive / aspirational by the vast majority of players. And right now, after 2,500 votes, it's 83% yes.
Shocking.
So it is
shocking, right? Like, I'm sure we're all blown away by the unexpected results of these polls, right? That people want to have male and female, not body type A, body type B. You should be, if you want to have the body type A and B, have male and female, and then once you've selected one, then in the subset, have body type A, body type B, body type C, body type D. Do that. And yes, because people want to see attractive people in their games, especially as the lead character is. This is so fucking basic. And, like, I appreciate this guy putting this poll up on Twitter for it and getting the opinion of the people. But why did he do this in the first place? This is something that should be pretty goddamn obvious. That people, when they play a video game, they want to see attractive people. The games with attractive people in them, particularly the lead character, is the ones that do better. Concord, dead. Dragon Age Veilguard, dead. Stellar Blade, still going. Black Myth Wukong, still going. Are we seeing a pattern here? Fucking Elden Ring. Are we seeing a fucking pattern yet? Game makers. People like having pretty people in their games. They like buff, strong, attractive men, and they love drop-dead sexy big titty anime waifus. This is not rocket science. If you cannot figure this out, you are in the wrong industry.
Showing everyone that people want attractive characters, and your typical male and female options and all this inclusivity and all this woke nonsense is being rejected very clearly. So despite whatever these people say on Twitter, these screechers, this is the reality of what gamers actually want. As you can see down here, Endymion saying, yes, we don't want to play someone who looks like Jeff Grubb in a video game. More on that soon enough. But let's go back to Veilguard. We all know what happened here. This game absolutely fell off. It had a very disappointing launch, reaching numbers that were definitely a major disappointment for such a beloved IP, and now it's completely flatlined. Looking at the max timeline here, it is flatlined here. Okay, it is absolutely abysmal how this game performed, despite the fact games journalists like...
Wait. Okay, hang on. I must do this. Okay, hang on. Damn. Okay. Dragon Age Veilguard Steam charts. Right now, 4,500, 24-hour peak, 5,500. Okay? That's Dragon Age Veilguard. Hang on. Make dangerous. 5,300 right now. 7,200 24-hour peak. Dragon Age Veilguard, a brand new tentpole franchise for BioWare, is getting beaten by a 10-year-old game. Elite Dangerous is beating Dragon Age Veilguard. I'm just saying.
Jason Schreier on day one said, go woke, go top the charts, which absolutely backfired because they were seething so much about chuds that they just ignored reality in front of them and got absolutely humiliated. But back to the Smash JT report here.
And by the way, go up, chop the charts, and then Miss Glenn said there's no way you genuinely like this turd. And Jason Schreier responded, I actually don't like the game, but I like seeing you chuds get dunked on. So he doesn't even like the game. He just wants it out of spite. And this encapsulates it. This encapsulates the current movement in the entertainment industry. They don't care about quality. All they care about is sticking it to those that do not share their viewpoints. That you cannot maintain a sustainable franchise with that kind of mindset. And this is the mindset that these people have. And that is why their goddamn studios are getting shut down. Because they do not care about making a fun and enjoyable game. They do not care. That is not what they want to do. They want to stick it to the chuds. That's all they care about. They're turning their industry into an ideological platform. The games industry for these people is no longer about good games or even making money. All they care about is promoting their ideology and sticking it to people that don't share in it.
In front of them and got absolutely humiliated. But back to the Smash JT report here. So it says Corrine Bush's exit, a devastating blow, and an email leaked directly to me that was sent out to BioWare employees. Bush recently announced his resignation, citing his decision to pursue a new challenge and project focused on...
Yes? What? Wait. Yes? What? Wait. Yeah, I thought Corrine Bush was a girl. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no. No. I seems one. I think this is GT. I think this is Smash JT writing this. And, well, okay. Now, first and foremost, gray matter, no. No. Okay? If Corrine Bush is transgender, and I am fine with that. I have no objection to Corrine Bush being transgender. No one should. That is not an issue at all, that Corrine Bush is transgender. That is not an issue. This is Smash JT deliberately using the male pronoun. Corrine Bush I vaguely remember the story that Corrine Bush transitioned during the development of Dragon Age Veilguard. So Corrine Bush is a transgender woman. That's why I was confused. I'm like, wait, Corrine is a she. Is she not? But JT, this is pretty fucking petty. This is petty of Smash JT using he. Yeah, it's Corrine Bush's transgender woman. God bless her for it. I'm fine with observing, with considering Corrine a woman. I have no issue with that whatsoever. JT is being an asshole here by using he. JT is being an asshole about this. That's why I was so confused, because he was being an asshole.
His passion for making RPGs. Hard to believe I'm writing these words, Corrine says, but here it goes. It's time for me to say goodbye. Today is my last day at BioWare and EA. After so much contemplation, I've decided to pursue a new challenge and a new project, doing what I love most, making RPGs. It wasn't an easy decision. I mean, when I say I love BioWare, the Dragon Age team, and what we've all accomplished together, my time with you all has been the highlight of my career. I want to offer my personal thanks to each of you for your trust, your companionship, and for the many ways in which you've inspired me and helped me grow. I'll be eagerly waiting to see what great experiences you...
Revan, the shareholders are probably the ones that told you you're writing this announcement. Guarantee you, she did not decide to pursue other challenges. This statement of hers is very disingenuous. She did not make this choice. She was told, "You're out." It will let you write a goodbye letter saying that you've made the decision to leave. It's one of those, you can quit or you're fired. Okay, she did this was, let's not fuck with it. She didn't decide to pursue other challenges. The decision was made for her. And they just gave her the benefit of saying, you can choose to leave or we can boot your ass out. Pick one. And she chose the I will leave.
You create next, and as a fan, I'll be rooting for you. If I can leave you with any advice, it's this. We all know making games is hard. It's part of why we do it. But making games is also about the people and the reliance we have on one another. So take the time to celebrate the wins and lift each other up. The challenge and the work will always be there, but the moments we have with each other are precious and few. Let's stay in touch, and sayonara. Yeah, it's super important to rely on each other. Okay, I'm leaving now. Basically, Corrine went to BioWare and the Dragon Age team, made everything woke and unappealing, completely imploded Veilguard, imploded...
Well, Revan, I'm guessing they probably gave her a severance. I don't have any, I have little doubt that she was basically either you can be fired and go on unemployment, or you can quit and we'll give you a okay severance package. And she probably took the okay severance package.
BioWare, and then just took off. She's out of here, just like that. Really insane if you think about it. And guess what happens, by the way? We'll see about this a little bit more later in the video, but she's getting a job offer. That's why she left here, that apparently was so good she couldn't pass up on it. Sounding like this is some sort of a promotion. So as always, rewarding mediocrity in the gaming industry, literally falling upwards. You can make an absolute terrible set of choices. You can be at the helm of a game that literally ruins an IP and an entire studio and then get a big job offer as a reward. Make it make sense. Now.
Okay, what job offer? Because I'm sorry, I have not heard about her getting I've not heard about her getting hired on by anybody. I'd love to. Oh, he'll get to it later. Okay, fair. I missed that part, so thank you.
Looking at this, okay, like I said, this was leaked not just by Smash JT, but also Grums, aka Mark Kern. And I point this out because the email they shared was posted around the same time Smash JT released his video, which was around 8 p.m. on the 16th. So about, 24 hours from when you're watching this video or this video comes out. That's very important because we would see some very weird behavior from journalists. Kind of predictable, but very strange. So you can see PC Gamer here, one of several examples we're going to see. They report on this whole situation, saying Dragon Age the Veilguard game director departs BioWare after 18 years at EA after an offer to build a new RPG she couldn't turn down. So they have this whole highlight here, and this is the very strange part. It says the first confirmation comes from journalist Jeff Grubb, not Jeff as in Smash JT, Jeff Grubb, a completely different person. And if you go to the post that they cited, this is Jeff Grubb, a journalist who, of course, reports here saying Corrine Bush, director of Dragon Age, really is leaving BioWare, but I don't think EA is closing BioWare Edmonton. Was told there is nothing solid about that part of the rumor. And this was posted about 5 hours after Smash JT's report was made live. So they quite literally yoinked this story and did not credit Smash JT in any sort of a way, which is obviously a violation of their journalistic integrity, which they don't have any integrity, so I don't really know what we're expecting there. But this is really shameless behavior. You can see the proposed note here trying to dispute what they're attempting here because this is really, really low. Like, incredibly unprofessional and clearly done out of spite for Smash JT, as well as Mark.
Yeah, and Rev is probably going to point this out. Notice where he got community noted. Acting like he's breaking the story. But he doesn't give credit for the original source, using language such as really is leaving, meaning that there was already an implied idea that she was leaving. And I don't think that I don't think EA is closing BioWare, which would again imply that this is in response, as stated here in the community notes, would imply he's referencing another source of this information. And this is the Jeff Grubb that what's his name was commenting on in the earlier Twitter post.
Kern, and you can see people are not buying it in the comments, saying, didn't even credit the journalist that broke the story. You're just a common thief. Now the people saying, I do realize that you probably lack the basic human integrity to even respond to all the people calling you out because of how you stole Smash JT and Grumm's leak, trying to make it your own. Here's another one. Source with Smash JT. That's big news. Thanks for providing it. Yeah, after they stole it. I heard it from the same place you did, homie. After 18 years or something, right? That's a long time. And then, of course, they say down here that they faked their reviews. That's a whole nother issue. But you can see, give credit to Smash. So why didn't you credit Smash? It goes on and on. You get the point, right? People are not buying this. And in response to these very valid criticisms, Grubb here would have a little meltdown saying, and thanks to everyone who is pointing out that reporting like this is what made me Leaker of the Year on the subreddit Gaming, Leaks, and Rumors.
Is this guy really, like, sucking his own dick right now? Look at the post afterwards. Okay, relax. Lots of you are now throwing the word hero around. While I agree that you couldn't have ever learned about the story without me, I'll settle for role model of all people. This motherfucker is really bending himself into a fucking pretzel to suck his own dick. Holy shit. This is disgusting. This is also why people are not getting their news, particularly in the entertainment industry, from any quote-unquote mainstream journalists, and they're getting all their news basically from content creators. Because they cannot trust journalists to actually be truthful about anything, including where they get their sources or where they get their stories from. And instead, he just basically focuses on fucking fellatiating himself until he passes out from blowing his load too much into his own mouth. And then wakes up and says, yeah, that was great. I'm so great, aren't I?
Cheer 100. Not that he has much down there in the first place. He probably has a cruel handicap.
Is that your polite way of saying he's got a baby dick, Leo? 'Cause I'll agree. Whatever, big dog.
So they're doubling down on this and claiming they're the one who discovered this. And then they say this, okay, relax. Lots of you are now throwing the word hero around. And while I agree that you wouldn't have ever learned about this story without me, I'll settle for role model to all people. Literal man-child, by the way, acting like a complete spurg. And
by the way, I'll point out, if this is what is supposed to be a role model for anyone right now, is it any fucking wonder that our modern society is going to shit? If this is what people want to say is a role model, not that many people do, mind. The intelligent people read this and go, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up. And they've clicked off already. Okay, bear in mind, this guy this entire thread is attention seeking. Thank you, Wraith, for 2-3. Thank you so much. If he is attention seeking, this is exactly attention seeking behavior. Thanking people for pointing out that he is Leaker of the Year, and this fucking thing right here. He is desperately trying to make it seem like he is so great. Okay? It's just pathetic. That's all there is. Dude, Jeff Grubb, you are a pathetic little man baby. And I hope you enjoyed the taste of your own dick, because I doubt you're gonna get any woman with half a brain to suck it for you.
Nobody's buying this, and now it presents a different problem too. We're not just talking about this Jeff Grubb person being a spurg and stealing the story, but also the people who are reporting this at places like PC Gamer. This is the person who wrote that article we just looked at. Are they going to do anything about this? Are they going to correct the record? Because they clearly got this wrong, and they're promoting a story in a way that takes credit away from the leaker. And like, what is this guy? He looks like a living soy jack. But anyways, if we're going to talk about ethics for journalists, there's so much wrong here. I mean, number one, what's happening is considered by many to be plagiarism, just straight up yoinking a story without giving any sort of a set of credit. As a journalist, obviously you can't do that. But also for PC Gamer and Eurogamer and other articles that were written giving credit to Jeff Grubb, they have a duty to correct the record when they're presented with information that proves they got something wrong. And guess what? None of them are going to do it. You absolutely know none of them are going to do what they're supposed to do as journalists, because they're just so corrupt. And as always...
Well, and my guess is they probably don't consider Smash JT a quote-unquote journalists. That's the correct. That's how they're going to twist themselves around. Huh? Tatsuki, what do you mean don't scuff your name? Oh, you mean just like when I say hi to you? No, don't worry, Tatsuki. I won't scuff your name. Yeah, but that's probably how these, journalist ethics people are going to try and like skip or twist themselves around this, where they won't try and do a correction. Is they're going to probably try and say people like Smash JT are not journalists. They're going to say like however they're going to twist it. But they're just going to say Smash JT and content creators on YouTube that report this information, they're going to claim that they are not journalists, and that's how they're going to claim that they don't have to offer these corrections or anything.
With games journalists in particular, there's never any punishments for anything. They get away with everything. And the only really solace here is that they're all just losing their jobs slowly. People don't want to support these games journalists who have no respect for gamers or really their own integrity as a journalist. And at this point, it's not even about money. It's not even about having journalistic integrity or making good articles. This is really just high school 2.0 for a lot of these people. They're just reliving their experiences like a theater kid, banding together in this little social group. And their only goal is to basically impress each other in a massive circle jerk, right? Like, they don't want to actually make good articles or respect gamers or make gamers happy. They're just going down with the ship while they're basically in this little club together, because it's not important to actually do anything right with their job. They just want to impress each other, and it's so obvious. And here they are, basically...
It's like Hollywood. Basically, the journalists are basically going into are another iteration of Hollywood, like with the Oscars or whatever. It's the same fucking thing. It's a whole bunch of their own them and their colleagues standing around saying, "Look at how wonderful we are. Let's give each other an award for this." It's essentially basically this circling the wagons and having their own little self-contained bubbles that they will not allow any outside influence or criticism in for. That's basically it. So, just like Hollywood has circled the wagons a long time ago, the journalists are now doing the same thing. It's a members-only club. They will take criticism from no one. Yeah, it's an echo chamber. It's a walled garden, whatever acronym you want to use for it. That's what it is. We saw it start with Hollywood. We saw it continue with the Game Awards. Now, or with the gaming division. Now we're seeing it even more now with journalists. We're just gonna hide here in our little safe space and say what we want to say, and no matter what anybody else says, we're gonna just stick our fingers in our ears and go blah blah blah. I can't hear you. Blah 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 blah. That's what this is. And that's why people do not give a fuck about mainstream journalism anymore. And why they're going to alternate sources, primarily on fucking YouTube or Twitter. Because no one trusts mainstream journalists anymore because their heads are so far up their own ass. They can check their heart rate via pulse directly, or they can check the pulse directly by sticking their tongue on their goddamn hearts.
Snubbing someone just because they don't like the political views or the opinions of someone like Smash JT, and they're openly violating their own journalistic integrity in order to basically get a one over on a person like Smash JT while impressing all of their friends in the journalism scene. It's absolutely pathetic. And of course, Smash JT would acknowledge this and point out some interesting behavior too, that this person, this Jeff Grubb, is also clearly friends with Alyssa Mercante, who's obviously...
So this is Jeff Grubb. Okay, well that explains fucking everything then. No fucking wonder he has zero scruples. Look at who he's associated with. I mean, no surprise now. I didn't recognize this fat fuck from his Twitter profile. So, but this explains everything. Now we know why he has no scruples. Look at who he's friends with. That says it all.
In the process of suing Smash JT in a very frivolous lawsuit, but it goes a little further, as he points out in another article on Smash JT, where he points out that other publications like Eurogamer, PC Gamer, VG247, and IGN and others have credited Grubb as the source of the leak. Of course, again, ignoring Smash JT and Mark Kern's discovery. It's just completely shameless and pathetic. But going off of this whole second half of the story with the rumors of Edmonton's closure, so he says this: a follow-up email from my source with EA adds up serious fuel to this ongoing fire. According to the source, BioWare Edmonton, the studio's flagship location, is now rumored to be on the chopping block next by EA. The studio opened this 3-story office just 5 years ago, and it's already on its way out by the looks of it. The closure is allegedly set to be announced around February 2025, just before EA's quarterly town hall meeting. The timing couldn't be worse, as EA will now undoubtedly use this as an opportunity to discuss their fiscal performance and future plans. The closure of BioWare Edmonton would mark the end of an era and send shockwaves through the gaming community. Now, that wouldn't be too surprising, right? This is a rumor at this time, but based on everything we've seen, the people going out the door at BioWare and also the absolute failure of Veilguard, it would not be surprising to see that studio shutting down. But of course, people are trying to attack that. So you can see Smash JT reporting this, and you can see a proposed community note. You'll see this on every single post made by Smash JT or Mark Kern on the subject, where the note says, Corrine Bush's departure was voluntary, and she was presented with a new job opportunity. What does that even mean? And then they cite one of the articles that stole from Smash JT. And then down here it says, the rumor about shutting down of BioWare Edmonton is false. And then who do they cite for that? They cite Jeff Grubb, who stole the source. It's insane because he stole the lead from Smash JT, and on the one hand said the information about Corrine stepping down as director, that's reliable. But the other part they stole is not reliable. It's so strange. This is just a rumor, by the way, but they're using...
And am I fucking crazy, or is this sounds like a Mobius strip of shit right now? This is insane. That Smash JT's own articles that he wrote that predated the other guys are getting community noted, probably by a bunch of fucking stans for these mainstream people, saying, oh, these guys reported it first, and their articles were based upon the reporting by Smash JT. Like, literally, it is a Mobius strip of shit.
Using the information the way they want to, while stealing it and not even crediting it. It's absolutely shameless behavior, and it's really pathetic. You can see proposed notes and all this stuff. If you're in the note system, make sure you hit these people with the notes that they deserve for this shameless behavior. This whole thing is an absolute mess, and journalists are once again proving that gamers should not trust them for 1 second. But that's not something that's probably too new to people watching this video. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, did I miss it? I did not see where Rev talked about where Corrine was going after leaving BioWare. Someone in chat said that Rev was gonna mention it. I didn't hear him mention anything about where she was leaving to, where she was headed after BioWare. Did any of you guys? Because I didn't. I didn't hear anything. No, I don't think Rev mentioned it. So no, then my opinion still stands. Is she was told, quit or you're fired. That's my suspicion. I'm still of the firm belief that she did not choose to leave. She was told, you are going to leave. I still firmly believe that.